So as you can see, I already removed most of the parts. The battery is gone, and so on most other parts. The controller is gone too. The most annoying part was really the throttle cable over here. Usually it comes attached to this connector, okay, which is hooked up to the controller. Now, probably you can see a hole over here. You know, it's impossible to get the connector through this tiny hole over here. So what you have to do is you gotta remove the pins, and you can do so by actually using probably a needle, or what I did is I actually used a pin that came with my iPhone, and just inserted it into the small holes over here. And yeah, if you push a little bit, you'll be able to just remove each wire or each pin one by one. Alright. So what we are going to do next is remove this nut from the folding mechanism. So we'll be able to remove the entire stem and transfer it to the limited neck. After that, we're going to remove the suspension block over here, and after that we'll remove the neck mount. After that, we'll be done disassembling the Raptor, and we'll continue with the limited mainframe. In order to loosen this nut, I'm going to use a socket wrench with a 12mm attachment. Here's the nut. Now we're going to remove the bolt. So before we can remove this bolt, we gotta remove the lock. And there's actually a screw in here that we have to remove before we can loosen this bolt. There it is. Alright. Alright, this is the lock. Now we can remove this bolt over here. This is a size 6 Allen wrench, an Allen key. Here's the bolt, and now we can remove the stem. There you go. Alright, next we're going to remove the hub. Right, next we're going to remove the swing arms. For that, I'm going to use a socket wrench, size 19. Right, next we're going to remove the suspension block. For that, I'm going to use a size 10. Right, now we're going to remove the bolts. Here we go. And here's the rear box suspension. When you disassemble the head or the head mount, make sure that you start by removing the nuts. You do so with a size 10 wrench. Once you have removed the nuts, you can go ahead and use a size 4 Allen key to remove the bolts. If you start with the bolts, you'll most likely ruin them, so you definitely want to avoid that. So always start with the nuts before you go ahead and remove the bolts. The swing arms are quite tough to be removed oftentimes, so what you want to use is WD-40 and a rubber mallet. First we're going to remove the nut, then apply some WD-40, wait probably around 5 to 15 minutes. Then use a rubber mallet and give it a couple of taps from the top and from the bottom. Eventually it'll come loose. Then again, grab the swing arms and you want to hit it from above until the swing arm will come loose. So let's test the brake signal, since I had to create a wire. The original Raptor wire was actually just for a single brake lever, so I had to improvise and create a Y wire and extension for the other lever. So let's see if that works. I think it's better if we turn off the light first. Okay, so let's press this one, see what happens. Okay, so that's working. And then let's press this one. Alright, that's great. Alright, so both of them are working. Alright, next let's try the hub. Alright, so since everything seems to be working, I guess I can put the scooter back together again and close it up. But before I'll do so, I'll disconnect these wires over here, add some shrink tubing. Actually I already did so over here. I don't know if you can see that, but I haven't it heated up yet. So anyway, once that's done, I'm almost, well, done with the scooter conversion. I'll just put the battery back in, and that should be it. Alright, so naturally it wasn't that much work, but it took me a little bit longer because, well, I got a bit sidetracked. but you know, since it's been raining for the past couple of weeks, I wasn't able to use this. I wouldn't have been able to use the scooter anyway, so I think it doesn't really matter. So yeah, one last tip, you know, as you can see, those are a lot of wires actually, you know, and before you disassemble the scooter, I would suggest that you actually take pictures of each connection, because they're not necessarily color-coded. You know, let's see if I can find an example. These wires over here are red, but the counterpart is, as you can see, are white. Then there's another one which is actually green, which is connected to some gray wires, and so on. So like I said, it can get quite confusing. You might, you know, end up not knowing or not remembering which wires go where, or which wires are connected to which wires. So yeah, take pictures.